Hello and welcome to The Wire. I am Sumedha, and we're bringing you the latest updates on Russia's all-out war on Ukraine. So what we know so far is that missiles and a missile attack had been launched on the Ukrainian capital on Friday as Russian forces pressed their advance. And in the midst of this, what we know so far is that there are citizens and there are students who have been stranded in many cities across Ukraine. And we will be giving you a background of this entire conflict. And we will be on this conversation bringing to you the voices from the ground. What we know so far and the latest update is that their president, Volodymyr Zelensky, has initiated a statement. He has come out and he's spoken against the all-out attack on Ukraine. He has also gone on to state that the international community needs to do more to protect the democracy in Ukraine and to protect the citizens in the country at all costs. As far as the US is concerned, a statement from Joe Biden has also come out wherein he has stated that Russian President Vladimir Putin, if they go on to proceed and attack any of the countries of the North Atlantic Treaty Organization, which is NATO, they will be imposing and taking more stricter measures. And currently the US has imposed an all-out blockade on Russia, and they are imposing economic sanctions as of now. As far as the Ukrainian national capital city, Kiev, is concerned, we do know that there has been heavy bombing which has taken place. Some citizens have also suffered severe damages and there have been injuries which have been reported, and many such instances are coming out from across the country in Ukraine. So what is important to understand here in terms of the timeline of the events is that this conflict between US and Russia has not escalated overnight, and Ukraine has been a center of these tensions for a very long time. The recent escalation had started in November 2021 when the satellite imagery in the US had shown that 100,000 Russian troops had moved across key positions across Ukraine. As January ended and February began, there was a conversation which was held between the two countries, which is the US and Russia at the United Nations Security Council. And Putin at that stature had denied that Russia was planning any sort of invasion of Ukraine. However, what we know is that on the 24th, Putin, in a national address, he had announced that and declared that there will be a war and that they will be proceeding with the invasion of Ukraine. It is also important to go back in history and understand the roots of this conflict. After the fall of the USSR, a prominent divide arose among the Ukrainian population. On one hand was the Western side, which wanted Ukraine to be an independent state and eventually join NATO or the EU. And on the second, an Eastern side, which was pro-Russia and wanted to be a part of Russia. Even political alignments in Ukraine started being divided on these bases. There is a map of territories in Ukraine showing exactly which parts supported Russia. In this special conversation, what we're trying to highlight is the ongoing situation on the ground. While Air India has stated that they are operating flights, Ukraine had closed its airspace, making it difficult for students and professionals who are stuck there to be evacuated. Currently, what we know so far, again, is that there is lack of clarity as far as evacuation measures are concerned in terms of the students. So we spoke to several people who are living in different cities in Ukraine. Here is what they had to say.
नाम मोहम्मद फैसल है। मैं यूपी से हूँ, हापुड़ डिस्ट्रिक्ट से बिलोंग करता हूँ। हम अभी इवानो फ्रैंकिस में यहाँ फंसे हुए हैं। यहाँ मार्शल लॉ लग चुका है पूरे यूक्रेन में, और ये मेरा फ्रेंड है।
और मैं कमल सिंह हूँ, मैं उत्तर प्रदेश बनारस से हूँ। यहाँ पे स्थिति बहुत खराब होते जा रही है। हम लोग को जल्द से जल्द यहाँ से प्रबंध किया जाए, निकालने की कोशिश किया जाए, क्योंकि यहाँ पे दिन पे दिन एकदम स्थिति प्रबल होता जा रहा है।
यहाँ बहुत अटैक हुए हैं यहाँ पर, अब यहाँ हर जगह से धुएं हो रहे हैं।
हम लोग के जस्ट बगल में 2 मिनट दूर पे गवर्नमेंट हॉस्टल हम लोग का, वहाँ जस्ट बम गिरा है, 3 बम गिरे हुए हैं और एकदम स्थिति खराब है। सब लोग डर के सब सामान यहाँ पे पूरा खरीद रहा है। सब लोग काफी सामान मिल भी नहीं रहे, जो सामान अवेलेबल है तो सब खत्म हो चुके हैं। बहुत शॉर्टेज पड़ रहा है सामान के, बहुत स्थिति खराब है यहाँ पे। हम लोग को जल्द से जल्द प्रबंध किया जाए,
हमारी ये भारत सरकार से ये अपील है, हमें जल्द से जल्द यहाँ से निकाला जाए, इवैक्यूएट करा जाए, हमें एयरलिफ्ट किया जाए। जल्द से जल्द आपसे रिक्वेस्ट है हमारी,
प्लीज निकाल लीजिए, हम लोग को प्लीज निकाल लीजिए। बहुत हम लोग डरे हुए हैं, बहुत ज्यादा घर वाले बहुत परेशान है हम लोग को, प्लीज निकाल लिया जाए।
देखिए आपको यहाँ का माहौल दिखाते हैं,
ये देख लीजिए स्थिति देख लीजिए, बहुत नाजुक हो चुकी है। लोग खरीद रहे सामान, पूरे इकट्ठा कर रहे हैं काफी दिन से।
हमारे घर वाले बहुत परेशान हो रहे हैं, आप जल्द से जल्द कुछ करिए।
I'm standing in front of the British International School in Kiev, and I came back on Sunday just to try and help out the school in these difficult times. And of course, as the world now knows, President Putin launched a massive invasion on Ukraine. A lot's been happening in Kiev overnight. I've been sleeping in the school, ready to try to leave today. I certainly heard several rockets and planes flying overhead. It's very, very tense here on the ground. There's no question about that. I understand through people I know that saboteurs are on the street trying to cause confusion and disinformation. But wherever this message is going, please be in no doubt this is a awful attack on a peace-loving country who are simply doing their best to build a free democratic state. It is extremely sad to see. I first came here to work at the school as principal 10 years ago, and the progress they made was, quite frankly, incredible. And it's all going to be taken away if he succeeds. Be sure, and I know this from contacts, the Ukrainian forces are fighting for their lives. They really are going for it. They won't walk away from this totally illegal invasion. As I said, we'll be leaving soon to try to get out of Kiev and head west. That's our plan. And if I can, I'll send another report when I can.
उनसे बात हुई थी, आज सुबह बात किए तो पता चला वहाँ लड़ाई स्टार्ट हो गई है। हमको बहुत चिंता हो रही है अपने बच्चे के प्रति। हम मोदी सरकार से बोल रहे हैं कि मेरे बच्चे को जल्द से जल्द वापस बुलाया जाए। और किराया बहुत ज़्यादा के कारण हम लोग उतना सम्मत नहीं है बुलाने के।
Right now the situations as it appears to be is calm right now, but I don't know it for how long it will remain. For as it appears, we haven't been sleeping since yesterday 5 a.m. That's how we got up, hearing the sounds of the bomb. I have my words in my mind. I am trying to stay calm. I am calm, but I don't know how to put my words into my mouth and to get them verbally to you or to the people of the nation. But right now, the government, the main concern of me and my friends right now is the government is planning to take us out of here, but their plan of action, as it appears to be, is favorable for the people, for the students living in the western parts of the Ukraine, for example, Lviv or Ivano, or the places away from Kharkiv. But for us, Kharkiv, Kiev, Dnipro, we are much away from the Hungarian or the Poland borders, and there are no buses or trains that are working so that we can reach there and we can get ourselves evacuated. The government has not been talking about how we will how the students in Kiev or Kharkiv, where the major of the bombardments of the airstrikes are taking place. I have my groceries for myself. My friends have groceries for myself. But my other friends who didn't took the action in that course of time, they don't have the groceries. Of course, we will have to help them out with food and supplies and everything. But we don't know how much time they will last. How is the government going to help us? ऐसा कोई सिचुएशन नहीं है कि हम बहुत ज्यादा पैनिक कर रहे हैं या हमारी हालत बहुत खराब है या हमारी मरने वाली हालत होगी, ऐसा कुछ नहीं है. we know the course of the plan how Russia is going to act now. रशिया चाहता है कि वो यूक्रेन अपने आप को दे दे, they should let their arms down, surrender कर दे. But यूक्रेन का है we will fight till the very last breath. Russia wants to put over a new government. They want the government to act according to their plans. We know the course of the plan. Putin will not attack us or the civilians. But after they launch the missiles, where the missile will go, what will happen with the people living, where it will, like, we don't know what is going to happen. We have been like, we went down yesterday as soon as we saw what was happening around. We went to fill our water bottles. We have to get well water here to drink. We were filling the water. As soon as we see there are bombardments just above our sky, and we were स्टैंडिंग ब्लैंक, जल्दी जल्दी भरो, बस घर के अंदर चलो, कुछ भी करो, बस चलो यहाँ से। पानी भी चाहिए, पानी छोड़ भी नहीं सकते हैं, बाहर भी नहीं खड़े रह सकते हैं। ये पता है कि लैंड पे वो कुछ नहीं कर रहे हैं, बट यू नेवर नो व्हाट विल हैपन। वी वर इन्फॉर्म्ड दैट नो सिविलियन विल बी हार्म, बट as soon as the news started started to spread, we got to know that a 10-year-old boy got killed due to the shelling into an apartment. We saw the apartments getting blown off like anything. Although it was in the outer side of the Kharkiv region, but there were people, they were living their lives. They didn't harm anyone, but they got killed. Their families got destroyed. रातों रात सब हो गया। कल कुछ और था, आज कुछ और था। I had a cat with myself, but I didn't had the time to get a passport for her. We didn't know how we will get evacuated. So all the people around me told me to leave the cat. To leave the cat in the staircases. I didn't know how to act, what to act. How can people be so cold hearted or whatever you can say, but I had to leave her because I don't know where I will be going after that shelter. Although I am in my flat right now, but at that very point of time I didn't knew. We just had the information to just run out of our flat and go to the shelter. I had to leave my cat. I was attached to her. It was not a long time, but it was 4 months. I got attached. But okay, ठीक है, चलता है. But what, it's these little things what we are going through. But major concern is how we will get evacuated. Our parents are, of course, our career is on stake. Ukraine, Russia, what degree, our visas, how will they take place? Everything is on stake right now.
Get a sneak peek of exclusive content before everyone else for channel members only. Memberships start at ₹89. Hit the join button below.